Hi guys, and welcome to the match preview of the playoff semi-final first leg between Sunderland and Portsmouth. Now, of course, Sunderland, we had an awful run of form towards the back end of the season where our form really did just tail off, didn't it? And it went to absolute shit, where we did lose to Southend by 2-1. We lost to Fleetwood by 2-1. We got a couple of draws in there, including Portsmouth, Peterborough as well, where we bottled it right at the end of the game. And then we did beat Doncaster before that by 2-0. So, at the moment, our fan base, it's a little bit on edge. There seems to be a big split at the minute between the fan base, which is, some of it, of course, is understandable. And I've already made almost an entire video about it, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. But I do feel that, if this form was reversed and we had this kind of bad run of form at the beginning of the season and then we picked up, towards the end, I feel like the feeling around the fans would be a bit different. I think we'd probably give them a little bit more leeway. We'll give Jack Ross a little bit more leeway if we did start off the season quite badly, because that's actually what I expected at the beginning of the season. I expected a poor start to the season, but we didn't. We started really well, and he probably would have been forgiven by a lot of his sort of doubters at the minute if it was right at the beginning of the season, because of course at the time we were in free fall, getting back-to-back relegations. He had a whole new squad to kind of put together. Of course, on paper, there's a couple of players in there that probably shouldn't be in this league. The likes of McGeady and what have you, maybe Catamole as well. But other than that, like I said, it isn't we don't have the greatest of squads. It's better than a lot of squads, yeah, of course, but they are still a new squad and still gelling. So I think at the beginning of the season, if the form was the way it has ended, it would have been forgiven. And then if we picked up from there, it would have been all bright and rosy. And if we still finish fifth, then so be it. But because we haven't been used to losing for the majority of the season, and we only lost one game for so long throughout the season, when we do lose now, our fan base are just absolutely erupting, and it's weird to say that, because for the majority of my Sunderland supporting life, I'm so used to watching Sunderland lose, which is the be all and end all of it, and it's horrible to say, but it is. And so I think that's why it hurts so much more when we do go into a bad run of form like we have ended the season, because we weren't used to it this season. We haven't been used to it. We've picked up plenty of draws and stuff like that, but we haven't been used to losing. And to lose two of the last two games of the season against sides that, debatably we should be beating, regardless of the circumstance, it looked pretty shit. But this is a completely different ball game. The playoffs, you need to look at it as a completely different competition, which essentially it is. And it really is. It's a lottery. It really is a lottery. Form, for me, it goes out the window. It has to. Portsmouth didn't end the season perfectly as well. Of course, their form wasn't quite as bad as ours. But, they drew with Aki Stanley on the last day of the season. And for me, Aki Stanley aren't a particularly good team. In fact, our away game, when we played them and I went to watch them, they were probably arguably one of the worst teams I'd seen all season long. Obviously, that might have just been a bad day for Accrington, but they were absolutely horrendous. So in this league, it is a lottery in general. But we know the threats that Portsmouth do have. We've played them several times this season. So we know what they're capable of. They have plenty of star players in their team. Jamal Lowe in particular, who I'm a massive fan of. He's going to be a nightmare. So hopefully, we need to keep him quiet. So this is the lineup I would like to see us go with. So I go for McLaughlin in goal, Oviedo at left back, Ozturk and Dunn as the back two. I'd like to see Flanagan drop to the bench, because I just feel like Flanagan is such a liability. I mean, Ozturk at the beginning of the season, he had a horrendous run of form, but since he's brought in, he's looked a bit dodgy at times. He's a bit too rough around the edges, and he's probably been a bit lucky not to have given away penalties and free kicks in dangerous positions, but he's a no-nonsense defender, which I really think we need for games like this. And Dunn hasn't been bad when he has played recently anyway. I would drop Flanagan, although Flanagan, the only reason I would keep him on the pitch potentially would be because he is very good from set pieces and he can sneak a goal in here and there. But just to be a bit more comfortable at the back, I would like to see Ozturk and Dunn be that centre-back partnership with O'Nien at right-back. Now, O'Nien, I would have liked to see him push forward as he did towards the end of that Southend game. It was the first time in pretty much all season that we've seen O'Nien get pushed up to the midfield, because he was fantastic. He gives a new lease of life towards the end of that Southend game. But I just don't trust Matthews to play it right back. So I would have to see O'Nien play at right back. O'Nien, of course, his natural position is midfield, but I still think he's better than Matthews at right back. So I would go for O'Nien at right back. In the middle, Catamol and Power. Like I say, if I did trust Matthews a bit more, I probably would have put O'Nien alongside Cats, but I'm going to go for Power and Catamol. Now, because Jack Ross has said this week we have pretty much a fully fit squad now, or almost, a lot of players are coming back, I would go for McGeady, Maguire and Morgan behind Wyke. Now that three of McGeady, Maguire and Morgan, I don't think we have really seen together, and I just think that is such a brilliant attacking three behind Wyke, and it give him so much support, Charlie Wyke up top as well, and I think we could cause so much problems with that formation and that attacking lineup. So I just, obviously, if we tighten up at the back, I think we can see goals in this game if we do use this lineup. Now, Will Grigg, I think, and I did get excited originally when he did come and we did sign him, because when I saw Maguire on the pitch with Grigg is someone who makes very good movement off the ball, but we just don't have the quality to find him, and that's why he hasn't set the world alight. He hasn't set the world on fire as we have kind of expected him to, and we did have very high expectations for him. But when Maguire was on the pitch with him, I think it was only one game before he got injured, when Maguire and Grigg played together. They linked up very, very well, because Maguire is a very, very intelligent player from that position. He can pick out players really, really well. So it's a bit of a toss of the coin between Grigg and Wyke, but Grigg for me, he's just not, I don't think he's fit. I don't think he has been fit since we've signed him. And Wyke just seems to be growing in confidence by the game, so I would like to see Wyke start, and this is the lineup I would go with. Now for my score prediction, I am going to go with a Sunderland 2-1 win. I think we will go in front, and I think Charlie Wyke will get it. I do think that Jamal Lowe will get on the score sheet just before half time, making it 1-1, and then I think that Charlie Wyke will get a second goal to make it 2-1. I know, am I pissed? No, I'm not. Charlie Wyke is going to score a brace, and I can just see it. I just think with that attacking, that amount of attacking flair and power behind him, I think Wyke could, if we are on form, I think he could have a field day with those three behind him. So I'm going to go with a Charlie Wyke brace and a Sunderland 2-1 win. Now, who do you think is going to win this game? What do you think the score is going to be? What lineup do you think we should go with? You let me know in the comments below. But if you have enjoyed this match preview, then please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already, to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.